Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first official recording of the Mother Hour. We are now on video, as you can see. We've had multiple technical difficulties, but we made it through. So now, like I said in the past, you are blessed to hear our voices as well as see our faces. So here we go.
What more could you want? And just to add in, this is actually the second recording, but the first one didn't record. Like, obviously, why would it? So we should be pros by now,
We really should.
but we're not. So bear with us.
Yeah. I love how my background now shows my basketball hoop. I mean, it just is really sealing the deal of
It's just,
mother life.
yep, real life. I was
Mhm.
trying to find a background and I was going to go sit by my fireplace in the chair, but I looked like an evil villain. And then the cat jumped in my lap and I was like stroking the cat. Like, this is not going to work. Look
I
like
like it.
like Dr. Evil.
That would almost make me laugh because your background is like a cat sitting up there and then you slowly petting them. Oh, I love it. So this year we are trying something different and new. I think we're actually going with the topic I have, which is nice compared to if you guys have listened to us in the past. We kind of just spewed over whatever we really felt like in that moment. So today we're going to kind of just touch on a few things. One being self-care of motherhood, and then the second one being traveling with littles.
Yep.
I think it's a big topic for a lot of people that are planning to take their mid-winter break from Michigan, somewhere place.
Yeah, and spring break's coming up here soon. So, let's start with the self-care topic. Just so I can get it out of the way that my hair normally does not look like a greased down cue ball head, but I am currently putting a hair mask on. And you know what? For the pod, I'll do anything. So I will record looking like a bald. But self-care. See, we're putting it into action.
I like it.
We don't just talk about it.
So is this the first time you've done a hair mask, or have you done one before?
I I've done it before, but not like regularly. But now that I'm outside so much in the winter, I can tell that my hair is just getting so dry on the ends. And I'm trying to grow my hair back out. I had it short for a really long time and I want to grow it back out. So I'm like trying to avoid the nasty, crunchy straw split ends. Because I also am not like a super natural bright blonde and I get highlights so that it bleaches it out even more. So I'm trying to be proactive.
Yeah, I feel
But
that.
we'll see. It was only $6, so we'll see how well it goes.
Hey, what's the worst that can happen, right?
I'll really be bald in the next one. If
Next
I
time you're
come
gonna
back
have
on
like
with a
hot
hat
pink
next
hair.
time.
Yeah, or a wig.
Yeah, that's your cue. It doesn't go well. So that, and then went to Walgreens today, picked up some new makeup. That's I I am like bad about getting new makeup. I'll use the same crap for a really long time. Even if I think that there comes a time, even if some is left, if it's past the expiration, bye bye. It needs to go. And Josie's been getting into my makeup drawers a lot and putting all my makeup brushes in her mouth. Lovely. And like smearing like lipstick on her face and all that. So I really need to go through it and just chuck all the extra random nasty old stuff that I have. So I did that. And yeah, those were my two self-care activities today. Getting some new makeup and doing my hair mask. And later, you know what? Maybe I'll do a face mask if I'm crazy.
I like it. I can't even remember the last time. I think it was a month, maybe a month and a half ago that I actually decided to buy new makeup. I feel like that's always like the low end on my list of things that I actually need to do.
I like putting makeup on when I have time, but
Mhm.
it is so hard when you have Josie running around trying to steal stuff quicker than you can put it on your face. But I used to really like doing makeup. Like I was into watching like the makeup YouTube videos and stuff back in the day. I actually bought some nicer products a few years ago. I really don't think that they're any nicer than drugstore, but I got kind of scooped in on that whole thing. But yeah, I enjoy it when I have time. It does make me feel more put together.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then the
I
other
feel like
thing you talked about was your new self-care goal for 2025.
yeah.
You can put that on here.
Yeah. Trying to remember when facials. I get
Yep.
facials now. I'll have my next one on Valentine's Day, and I know Ryan. When I told Ryan I scheduled it, he's like, "Why did you schedule it on Valentine's Day?" And I'm like, "Perfect. It's all about love, and I'm loving myself, so why not?" So
Oh, your
yeah,
your
I
your audio cut out there for a second, but I know what you're
oh,
saying.
self love for loving myself on Valentine's Day.
That's perfect. Yes. And then it
Yeah,
saves
so
him. He doesn't have to get you anything then.
I know. Yeah, he was trying to tell me about what he got me for my birthday. I'm like, you did not even need to spend that much. It's like less than 100, but still, it's just like you don't need to even do that. It's just a
Yeah.
number, but But yeah, self care of facials. My face is actually somewhat. It might not look like it now, but it is getting better.
It does make a difference. I did a couple facials before and it's so relaxing. It feels so good and you come out and you're like glowing. It,
Mhm.
it's really nice. I need to add massages to my self-care regimen. I'm honestly just like it's not that I can't do it or schedule I'm just too lazy to like coordinate it. Like, hey,
I know.
Eric, can you watch Josie for the evening so I can go do this? It's just
Yeah,
sometimes in the evening I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm just glad I'm sitting here not doing anything.
I did get a foot massager for Christmas.
I got one too.
Freaking use it every single day.
Me
I love it.
too. Me too.
Hmm.
I love it so much.
Hmm.
It's so and it has like a little warmer on there too, so it like warms your feet up. Oh, I
And
that's
then
what I
it's
was
like the
doing.
airtight, like compression is my
Yeah.
favorite.
Oh, 10 out of 10. I love those
Yep.
things.
Hmm. Yeah, I got a hand massager last year, and then this year I got the foot. So technically, I can have two going at the same
You
time.
could you could be trapped.
I could. But now it's like when I use the foot massager, Ryan's sitting right next to me and he's like, "Okay, is your time done? Because I want to use it." I'm like, "This is not even yours." Like,
My
get
time
out
is
of
never
here.
done.
I
That's how
know.
this works. My time is never done.
Yeah, I have 30 minutes and I'm gonna redo it for another 30 minutes. Like I'm gonna be using this for the next hour and a half. So like, get out of here.
Yep. Yep, that's what I would do. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, that I another self-care thing that I do all the time, I take a million baths. I love taking baths and I get like it's like a magnesium bath soak. So it's for like athletes, so it's for running and stuff, but anyone can use it.
Mhm.
But it makes you feel so much better. Like all my muscles feels like they're just relaxed. And I'll sit in there and be
Mhm.
like, Eric, no one come bother me. I'm shutting the door. Like I don't want to see anyone else's space. The other day I'm in there and Eric's watching Josie and all of a sudden she comes busting through the door. She's like, "Mom, oh my God." And I'm obviously laying in a tub, so I can't do anything, but she opens my makeup drawer and takes
Mhm.
a handful of my makeup and just runs and dumps it in the tub with me. I'm like, okay. Even more reason. So it made even more reason to get new makeup.
I'm impressed that you even went outside today.
Oh yeah. We went to breakfast this morning, Josie and I.
I give you kudos.
I
I stayed inside.
It was rough. I mean, it was rough, but she's just at this age where she's just so busy. She's so busy
Mhm.
that there's nothing that I could really do in here with her for the whole day. Like in the morning, I could take her in the basement and we could play for a while, but how she's not going to want to do that all day long. So I'm like, I have to have some sort of get out of the house activity.
Mhm.
So yeah, we went to breakfast, just her and I, and that was fine. I mean, she actually did pretty well there. And then ran to Walgreens after that. And actually, she's with my parents right now, so I'm solo mom right now because Eric's not even home.
Nice.
I know. I'm like, what do I do with myself?
How did you even finagle that? Is it because you
It,
guys are leaving soon?
yeah, it was last minute. So my parents were supposed to come over here, or my mom was supposed to come
Mhm.
over here like she normally does to watch Josie because I work the next 2 days. Um, but the weather said it was supposed to start snowing overnight, and it looks like there's a potential that we might get actually like a few inches of snow. And she gets up at like 5 in the morning to drive here. So it just made more sense that we met halfway today and I dropped her off tonight so that she didn't have to drive out here in the morning. And I'll be back. I'll be at their house on Wednesday, so I'll get to see her before we leave, or before I leave for California. And then I'll pick her back up Sunday. So I am so pumped. I needed this little break. I had a mentee bee the other day with
Oh,
her.
I feel that. That was
Yeah.
me this morning.
Yeah. I'm like, what am I supposed to do with you, child? What am I supposed to do with you? And it's not that she's being naughty. It's just she's just constant busy.
Yeah. I
So
think this morning for me it was hard because Noli was attached to me no matter what, screaming. Like she has this terrible face, cold or something. I don't really know what it is, but and and then Baylor like whacked his face randomly at the same time of her screaming, and then he thought he needed a bajillion and a half band-aids on his face, and I was just like going nuts. And Ryan's just in the basement working, which is fine. I get it.
yeah.
But then I just started crying, and I texted my mom and like, the doctor's just closed. I don't know what to do. This child is being psychotic. Baylor has band-aids up the ass on his face. Like, what do I do? And she's like, maybe you should just take this as a humor and just laugh at Baylor in this moment. I'm like, okay. And then I just started crying. I'm like, why am I doing this so seriously? Like, you just need to like let it go. And like, but at the same time, it's so hard, especially
It
with Baylor.
is. It is. And it's like, if one of these things happened, it's like, okay, fine, I can handle one of these things. But when all
Mm-hmm.
these little tiny things add up, it sometimes seems like to the outside perspective, oh my gosh, you're crying because your kid's putting Band-Aid on your face. But you're like, no, this is literally the straw that broke the camel's back. It is just the tip of the iceberg of why I'm crying. But it is so crazy, like the littlest things that could set you off when you're on that like peak moment of I'm about to lose it.
Yeah.
I'm about to lose it. That happens like I get really like when I'm trying to get out of the house.
Oh.
And I'm trying to get her in the car and she's running around and she's obsessed with the car keys right now. So she's always trying to grab them and it's like
Mm-hmm.
literally wrangling cats trying to get in the car. And then you get her in there and then you forget something. I'm like, "Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done." Tap out.
Yeah. I feel that. Oh, the children. So we talked self care a little bit. So I hope our viewers have enjoyed that small little snippet. Either you try out a new hair mask or you start scheduling yourself to monthly or bi monthly facials or massages because we're telling you this is a great idea.
Yep.
But come February, you're going to Florida with Josie. And we are going to Florida with both of our two littles. And I swear it's giving me anxiety. And I just told Ryan about it tonight that like my anxiety is at the max because traveling with two and trying to figure out what's the best transportation for both of them from
Yeah.
the airport to the next location, and then also the amount of money because we're doing some of the Disney stuff. It's just mind blowing to me that I'm spending this much money, but I'm trying to just come to the realization to prepping myself that it's okay and it's just for my memories. But I mean, how are you doing with all this? Because you gotta have literally the top of your closet. I feel like for a 1.5-year old with the swim diapers and the diapers and everything else in between. I feel like it's just a lot.
Yeah. And the difference with me is I'm actually going down to visit my grandma, so her great grandma and my parents, and they rent a house down there. My grandma and they live down there. So they will have as much stuff as they possibly can have for me. So that's the big difference is I don't have to worry about packing a ton. Even like car seat and stuff, they're gonna get from their friends because there's literally just 1,000 bajillion grandmas in Florida, like we all know. And so between all of the grandmas in Florida, I'm like, we can figure out enough supplies to get her through the 5 days. I'm not as worried about that as I am the airplane, being
Yeah.
on the airplane, because so I'm traveling with my sister, me and Josie, and we got 3 seats,
Mhm.
and my sister is going to be with us the whole way, like in the airport and everything. But the airport I'm not as worried about because she's going to be entertained. I'm going to have I have a tiny stroller that I'm going to borrow from my
Yeah.
mom. So at least I can strap her in so she's not like going to run into a plane to China or something. And so I can strap her in. We'll get through the airport, but I'm worried about the flight because if she starts getting tired and losing her mind, and she like oh, I'll bring an iPad and download some shows and stuff for her, but fingers crossed. Pray for me.
Yeah. I will be thinking of you. I felt the same way with Baylor because the first time I flew with him, he was literally a year old by a week.
Ugh.
And it was my parents and then just myself because Ryan was in Colorado. And I was so scared about the flight too. And he thankfully slept the whole 2 hours.
Oh, that'd
Because
be
we flew at like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, which
Mhm.
is nice. But this time around when we fly, it's 11, so I don't
Yeah.
know if he's gonna sleep. But what time
And
are
they're
you
like
guys flying?
older. Oh well, we're flying out. It'll be like around lunch, noonish time that she's on the plane. So like right around nap time, but since she's older, she's not like baby mode anymore where she'll just pass out, you know. It's like all gonna be new and exciting until it's not. And then sorry everybody. But thankfully, I mean, it's literally I don't know, to Florida it's like a 2-hour flight, right? It's not that
Yeah.
bad. So and I'm not the first or last person to fly with kids. And I'm like, my biggest anxiety is I don't want to bother anybody. But you know what? Too bad.
Yeah.
Too freaking bad. There's nothing I can do. I'm going to prepare as much as possible, right? You know, I'm going to have her show and snacks and make sure that she's like in the best possible state. But I can't control her, unfortunately.
No.
So I just have to take that worry out. And like I said, my sister will be there too, so that's like exciting for Josie because I'm old news. But if Auntie Cake is there, then that's exciting. So maybe that'll entertain her for a little while. Um, and we've been practicing, like we've got her a little toy Fisher Price airplane. So we're going on the airplane, we fly through the sky, we go see Mimmy and Papa. So we're trying to like get that down. But right now she's putting all her farm animals on the airplane. So I don't know how well it's going.
So she needs to bring your 3 cats, your
Uh-huh.
dog, and her Nene all on the
Yep.
flight with her.
Then she's at home then with all her animals. So yeah, and then the only other time I've traveled with her is just in the car, and the longest we've gone is maybe like a 4-hour trip.
Mhm.
And I don't know how you guys feel, but I don't have limits to screen time in the car right now. Like if she's, I don't let her just like sit and watch TV all day or anything like that. We're pretty active, but in the car when there's nothing else for her to do and she's literally staring at the seat, I don't care if she watches her shows the whole time. If that's what keeps her happy.
Yeah, we don't have screen time limits really. I mean, both my kids, well, at least one right now has the whole Amazon iPad thing.
Yeah.
It's the actual, I don't know, like $80 one.
Yeah.
Baylor has that, and he knows he can only get it when he goes on actual road trips or like
Yeah.
trips. I think I'm gonna probably buy Noli one. I don't know. I keep going back and forth in my head if I should buy them both one to separate because she really could care less about TV. I
Yeah.
mean, she's not even a year yet, but like she would rather just
Exist.
But I'm trying to prepare myself and just be ready for whatever. But
Yeah.
thankfully, this time around, it's the 4 of us flying and my parents again. Like
Good.
they're the ones that save me every time because even flying home when we flew with Baylor the first time, I remember crying at the airport because I had to leave them and I'm like, I can't do this just with Ryan and I like, oh help. But like we made it through. We did it.
Ugh. Yeah, I
Yeah.
we'll have to check back in after all of this. I mean,
Yeah.
she'll read books and stuff in the car too, but that's the other thing. I'm not going to pack a backpack full of 20 board books on the airplane. That's not smart. So that's when the iPad comes in the best for situations like this. And
Yeah.
snacks and doing my best to prep my own self for it. And we're
Yeah.
flying Spirit, so
Yeah.
I
We're
hate
doing
flying Spirit.
Alliance. No, not Alliance. Allegiant. Sorry. Yeah, that's what
Oh
we're doing.
yeah.
So it's pretty similar.
Yeah. I'm like, because the other option is just that, like, it's February in Florida, so prices are freaking crazy, and that was the cheapest one. And I probably don't
Mhm.
need to, I don't know. Well, I don't
Feel
think they
that.
serve alcohol at Spirit, but I might need to see if they can give me some wine on the plane, calm me down.
I feel that 100%. I think when we flew to Key West, we literally went to a bar literally right after we got off the plane because we just needed it because we were just, it was a day.
Yup. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think with, I think with us though, it's like with Baylor, it was easy because I just had one mobile stroller, and now my contemplation is like, what is the best and the smartest thing to fly with? Is it a wagon or is it a umbrella stroller that you can fold up, or is it like a double like front back stroller? Like that's where I'm struggling right now. Is like, how do I transport these two to the
Yeah.
airport, to the plane, from the plane to the everything else that we're doing down in Florida? If we have to go shopping, what's the like smartest thing for these two in the store? I mean, that's where my head's at right now, and that kind of stuff is like still 180 to $200 for a new stroller, and I just really don't want to do that either.
And so if when you bring a stroller, like I've seen people do it where you can bring the stroller all the way up to the
Mm-hmm.
airplane, and do they just check it for you at the, okay.
Yeah,
They
they do.
just,
I mean, that's what they did with my other one. Is like they just did it where you like walked into the plane, or where you can just like check it there. So like when you got
yeah.
off, it was sitting right there. I don't know what to do with it. But then I made this Facebook post of like looking for a double stroller, and then somebody was telling me that airlines has certain restrictions on like how heavy they are, even if you bring them up to the
Mm,
gate. So then that was making me think like, oh, do I have to actually like read through this again? I mean, I'm
yeah.
already spending an extra $175 to have the car seats installed into our rental car because I'm not flying with the car seat again.
Oh,
It was just a pain in the rear end, and I don't want to do that again.
yeah. Oh my gosh. I-
That's one I don't miss too. I'm just
there,
like,
there's no easy way to do it. That's the thing. And it's funny because
no,
people have been traveling with kids on airplanes for years now, and no one has come up with a better system. No, they just
no,
keep tacking more money on it and
yeah,
giving you less space and less time to figure it out.
yeah. Thankfully, like you could fly with car seats for free, but the hassle
Oh,
is what
I
I hated
I do
before.
not understand how you could, no. That
Yeah,
even just moving my car seat in and out of the car, I want to chuck it down the driveway and run over it.
yeah.
I want it to
Well,
just go away.
that's kind of like where we were at when we flew to Florida the first time. I bought the whole car seat bag and whatever. I actually like bubble wrapped it because I was so scared that they were going to beat it up underneath like where the luggage is, that I didn't want them to break this like
Yeah,
$200 car seat.
you
I
say
don't
it's like
want to buy
300
new.
bucks or something.
Yeah, and so I wrapped it up in bubble wrap literally as soon as we got to the airport, and that took forever. Put it in a little case, rolled it in, whatever they said. And then when we got to Florida, everybody wants to just get to your destination. But
Yeah.
no, we couldn't because here I am cutting the bubble wrap off the damn car seat and it's taking forever. And so I was like, this is ridiculous. And then, of course, when we had to fly home, like, here I am again, like, right at the door of the airport, wrapping it with bubble wrap again. And I'm like, this is just dumb. I'm never doing this again.
I
I don't
know.
care.
I know. I just like when I was driving back from dropping Josie off, I am not like a big purse person. I usually don't carry a purse. I would just bring my wallet and keys everywhere. And that is something I never am able to do anymore, obviously, because I always have to bring like enough stuff to like an army surplus supply of stuff everywhere with her. And then on my way back home, I'm like, wow, I just have my car key in my wallet. And this was what I got through my life with. Like,
Yeah.
it was great. You know, and even traveling now when I'm going to California this week, I'm like, I have one bag. What the
Mhm.
hell? I have one freaking bag. That's insane. And that's the stuff that you just take kind of for granted while you're in that moment of your life. You like don't even think about that at all. Like how you could just bring your car keys in your wallet, get in the car, and go somewhere.
Yeah.
Like that is, I'm like, I don't remember last time I was doing something like that for an extended period of time. So yeah, the little
Mhm.
things and those, and then yeah, the logistics of traveling with a kid. No offense to the men, but it's usually the women who are trying to figure out to bring this, bring that. Did you have bring? And then you have like multiple bags, and it's like, okay, well, I need to have the diaper bag handy just in case they poop on the plane, and have this in
Mhm.
here. You can't put this in the checked stuff. Make sure this isn't in the stroller. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And in the meantime, the kids are just, you're just trying to make sure they don't run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's why I talked to my mom. I'm like, I need to have Josie strapped in something during in the airport because she's so fast. No, we can't do that. So yeah, we're
yeah.
gonna do the stroller thing. And thank God she has just a tinier one for just a little nugget stroller.
Yeah, that's what we had with Baylor. And then I ended up selling it because I'm like, well, this isn't going to benefit me with two children. But like, it was so nice.
Yeah.
And now
And
I,
is she too big to put her on your chest right now, like to carry her in a baby carrier?
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
she's kind of
my
big now.
girlfriend's, she's like close to 20 to 21 pounds. I mean, she's heavy,
Yeah.
especially the last 2 days where all I had to do was carry her. I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah, that would be tough.
this is exhausting.
Because yeah, if she was still little, if you had a one in the stroller and then one in a carrier, I feel like
Yeah.
that would be a thing. But to have two that would be in a stroller, that's a whole nother level of coordination.
Yeah. And like thinking through Disney stuff, like for us, we're staying about 5 miles from Disney, which is nice because we're not actually in the place.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I mean, we're gonna do the whole Disney downtown Disney. I think it's called Disney Springs. We're doing
Mm-hmm.
that with Ryan's mom on Friday because she's actually at a conference down there.
Yeah.
Same time as us, but like I remember when I was a kid, I actually got lost in downtown Disney at like one of the giant Disney stores. Like my parents could not find me for like a solid 30 minutes with my friend. And so like thinking through that now, I'm about ready to buy one of those freaking leashes for Baylor to be in. I could just see him run in the door and just be like everywhere,
Yes.
like with Mickey's everywhere, and like I'm not freaking losing myself. He's gonna be
Yeah.
lost like I was. Like,
Yeah. I
okay.
always semi like I don't want to say I judged people with the kid leash, but I always kind of laughed at it. But now I'm like, if I were going somewhere like that with Josie, how she is now, I would 100% need to have her on a tether because she's just
Yes.
pew pew pew,
Yeah.
and she wants down. She doesn't want us to be stuck in her stroller, and that's fine. I get it. But yeah, if she saw like Mickey Mouse or something that she identified, okay, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
I would not blame you. I would, like I said, I would need that if we were going somewhere similar right now.
yeah, I'm just
Uh,
trying to think through that in my head of the best approach to that because we're gonna do that, and then obviously we're doing one of the parks, and I was just telling Ryan the price of that. And he's like, literally, Baylor's the same price as well. I'm like, yep, welcome to being an adult. They don't charge you any cheaper. The only one that's cheap is a 1-year-old. So be ready for that when you guys go.
oh, no thanks. I went to
Yeah.
Disney when I was younger, but I was like, I don't know, I was older. I guess I was like 9 or 10, so I remember it. But then I went again when I was a senior in high school,
Okay.
and I'm like, man, I enjoy it, but I'm not like a huge amusement park person. I get a little overstimulated. But it is
Yep.
something that I feel like I'm going to do with my kids someday too. Like I want to do that. It was super fun when I was little, but now as an adult, I'm like, whoa, this is a
I
lot. And my cousin or my in-laws just got back, and they were like talking about how you had to get the fast passes and the VIPs and the this and the that. It's not just like you go get your ticket anymore and you go to the park. It's like you have to know and to navigate all this, or else you're going to be stuck in lines all day.
Yeah.
And they have
And
options
that's,
around it. You just have to know what you're doing. And I don't.
yeah, and I didn't either. I mean, I haven't been to Disney since I was 7 because my mom wasn't really a Disney person. Like we
And you
didn't
got
really
lost.
embrace it.
So
Yeah, and I got lost. And so like I was talking to one of my coworkers about 2 weeks ago, and she was like, "Well, you know, if you want to go to like dinner or a lunch or something there, you had to book it 6 months ago." And I'm like, "What? Like I didn't know that."
yeah.
And so like I'm stuck in all these restaurants to even like see if they had time. Thankfully they do. But I was like, I didn't even know that. Like
I didn't know that.
I'm not well enforced of the Disney world,
No.
you know, like the ins and outs to book a dinner 6 months in advance.
No, but there's people that their whole lives revolve around this stuff. And it's
No.
like, it's wild. And yeah, you have to know all these little secret tricks.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm like, and now everything has like these wristbands that you wear for stuff. And if you know how to do it, it actually is nice. Cause I remember being able to like go and then like put yourself in line for rides and then be able to go do something and come back. And then you could get on the ride so you're not waiting in line. So all of it is like helpful, but navigating it is like
Yeah.
they just did the marathon, the Disney marathon. That might be the only way I'm getting in the park anytime soon. Going to run the marathon.
Yeah, I'm hoping it will be a good experience. It's stressing
I
me
think
out.
it'll be good.
I just got all their clothes, so like I had to buy Baylor new bathing suits because obviously he grew, so I had to buy 3 new bathing suits, and then of course Noli has no summer clothes, so I had to go and buy all that. So thankful for the consignment stores.
Yeah.
Because nothing around here has summer out really.
Yeah.
And then I bought Baylor a suitcase, and now he's just been filling his suitcase up every day with his own clothes that he's buying, so that's just our life. But it's okay.
You guys are gonna have a ton of fun. It's gonna be good. I think once you get down there and get in the momentum and you have help, and hopefully you and Ryan get a day to like go out and just go get lunch or dinner by yourselves or something and pawn the kids off, because after all of that, you guys deserve some time together.
Yeah. I'm thankful for my parents that still want to take vacations with Ryan.
Yeah.
Like be like, I'm not doing this. So I'm thankful for that. I know one year Ryan's mom wanted to take literally all of us and his sister and brother-in-law and her 2 kids to a Disney cruise, or at least downtown Disney or whatever it is. And oh gosh, that's even stressing me out to like do the whole thing more than one day. But we'll do it.
Here we go.
I'm gonna have to be a Disney person one day, but it's
Here we are.
I know.
Yeah. It does help having grandparents. It's a game changer. Like me and Eric, one of our trips that we go with Josie is just going up north to Charlevoix because my parents have a condo up there, and we always text them. We're like, "Hey, you guys want to come? Because if they come, then that means we get a night out because we have a babysitter." And it's fun hanging out with them too. That's not nearly the only reason, but it does make a huge difference. Or else it's 100% baby all the time.
Yeah, I feel that. So we'll see. But I think right now I'm just trying to think through what's the smartest way to transport them. But then also I've seen a few people that I follow on Instagram and stuff of like activities to keep children engaged or quiet. So I'm thinking if I might buy a few of those. Like there's these the Melissa and Doug toys, you know, they like like sticker books, but like it's a handle and they like push down and like stamp the stickers that are like little circles. And I'm like, Baylor might do that for a little bit. But
yeah.
And then these like little wax things that you can like create like wax people with like a wax stick and like
I know what you're
them.
talking about.
They're like $7, but I'm like, that might keep them engaged, you know, for like 30
and you can
minutes.
throw it away if you don't like it.
Yes,
it's not like you're stuck carrying this big thing around.
Yeah. So I'm thinking through those right now just to prepare. But I remember the first time I flew with Baylor, I bought one of those extra large Beer Bradley like tote bags, and I used that as my carrier. And I literally just chucked all the snacks in the world, all the cheap toys, all the everything. I just had this like massive bag that I carried with me and just shoved it under the seat. It works.
I have a daycare here on this plane now.
Yeah.
Anyone else have a kid they need watched?
Honestly, that's how I felt. I was like, oh, I used to just fly with a backpack and a laptop in my purse, and now here I am carrying this giant ass tote, whacking people as I'm walking down the aisle with it because
Like a bag lady
Yeah.
whacking everyone in the head as you come down the aisle. Rattles flying everywhere.
This is my life that I am now.
Oh.
A bag full of 20 bottles, ordering all the fruit snacks, whatever.
How the times have
it takes to
changed.
teach my child to be silent for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. The flight I'm going on this week is like twice as long, and I haven't thought about it one time. But this little tiny jump to Florida with Josie, I'm like trying to plan all this crazy stuff. I'm like, oh man. I think it'll be good though. I think the new activity will be good, but we'll have to check back in February and see after we'll have a good podcast after that one.
Our experience and lessons learned of flying with a almost 2-year-old by then. She'll be 2 in May.
Yeah, Josie, she's 2 in May, so yeah, she'll be getting there.
And so, a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. Oh, send us all the good vibes. I feel like we need it.
Yeah.
Other things that we're missing. And because you guys are going to be more beachy, right?
What was that?
You're going to be more on the beachy side where you get to relax and just
we're in Cape Coral. So my parents, Cape Coral's interesting because it has a whole bunch of channels. So like all the houses in the neighborhoods are actually on a channel that lead out into the Gulf. Okay. So it's really fun. My parents get a boat and then my grandparents have a boat down there. So we go out a ton on the water. And then we can you can go to dinner and stuff on your boat and go to little beaches and everything. So we'll do that. But yeah, I mean, everything's going to be 100% different now that Josie's with us. But I think, like I said, she'll be entertained and there's going to be enough eyes on her down there that I can have a break.
Yeah, I mean, I miss the days even thinking about when you could go pick a vacation spot based off of relaxation.
Yeah.
Once your kids get a certain age, I feel like you can't pick relaxation anymore because it's like, what activities can I do to make them engaged? What will make them excited?
And what can they do, right? Like me and Eric used to love like going hiking and going like to Smoky Mountains. We went up to the UP and went hiking and stuff, and like we can't flip and do that now with Josie. Heck no. I mean, she eventually we can with our family, but no, we have to. It's all kid friendly activities, which that's a fun thing too. It just has to kind of change the outlook of what the life is, but. That's why I'm excited for Temecula this weekend because I already booked us a day at the winery, but it's a horse winery, obviously. And they have all the really fancy Spanish bred horses that hopefully I can go see. I'm like, that is actually something Josie could do and would love to do, but sorry, girl. You're gonna have to wait.
Mom and dad need some time to relax.
Yep. Sorry.
It's going to be a nice break for you guys. So I'm excited. We're going to have to connect back and hear about how your wine adventures are and how California wine is compared to Michigan.
I'll take pictures and then we can post them on our Insta. And then, well, that's going to be my big update since probably before the next time we talk is probably the trip to Temecula. So I'll make sure I take pictures of the winery and all the stuff that we're doing out there so that we can upload them on Insta for everybody to see.
Self-care. There you go.
Self-care. Yay. Full circle.
I was going to ask, where's Eric when it comes to your Florida trip? Is he going to be working the whole time?
No. Well, he's not going to come because he didn't want to or he couldn't take off of work or something. I forget. But it's going to be more of like a girls' trip thing. And he travels so much that I think he's going to be grateful to have some time to not have to worry about jumping in an airplane and flying around. So it will be fun. And Katie really wants to spend time with Josie too. And then, yeah, I don't know what the place is like down there, so it'll be. I think I get my own room. Maybe Josie will be in there with me. So,
Okay.
yeah, but Eric will just be off duty for a few days.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
So
He
he's
usually comes. We would go to Florida
Yeah.
every year, but this is gonna be. I think this set. I don't think we went last year because of the hurricane.
yeah.
Can't remember timelines now, but yep. And then I don't think my parents are gonna be doing it too much longer, going down there for big long, because they go down there for like 6 weeks.
Oh,
Um,
really?
Yeah, they rent. I think this time they're only going for 4, but they would rent the house for like 6 to 8 weeks.
Mm.
When I was younger, me and my sister, we would go down there over college spring break for like a week and bring our friends and
Mhm.
stuff. But now with Josie, obviously not, and my mom watches Josie, so I have to take off all of February from work because I don't have a babysitter. So I think life is just kind of moving in a different direction for them. And they've been doing it for so long, I think they're kind of like, meh, what's next?
Yeah. That's
So,
a nice
Cool.
getaway. Man.
yeah, it is fun. And Cape Coral is a really, really cool place. Like I said, with the canals and everything, but
Mhm.
we can always go down there and visit my grandparents because
Yeah.
they live there. So, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see.
That's how we usually go on a trip every single year. We obviously didn't
Go last year because we usually go in February.
and obviously
He was born
in February, so that's
Yeah.
a wrench in the plan.
But
But
like my parents always try to
go on a trip with us at least for a week in February. That's always just something we always
have done.
And this is the first year that I've gone on a trip with my parents in a while that my sister hasn't gone because they chose not to go with us anymore because they're just not at that stage littles.
Mm-hmm.
But we always used to go something from like either. I mean, last year they went to Puerto Rico. The year before we went to Florida Keys. We've gone to Jamaica. It's always been something fun. And I mean, the times have changed, but I'm thankful that
Yeah.
I want to be with my kids, even though they watch 2 days a week.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, I know. When my dad called me this afternoon, he's like, "Hey, what you doing?" I'm like, "I'm just about to go work out." He's like, "Well, you want to just meet me halfway so we can get Josie today?" I'm like, "Are you sure? I mean, you guys are gonna have her for a while because, obviously I'm leaving after this." And they're like, "Yes, bring her today." I'm like, "Okay." I'm like,
Yep.
she's a lot right now. Whatever. I'm not gonna argue.
I know.
We could probably talk for hours about
Just thankful. Like I feel like our stepping up to help us. Truly.
Yeah.
I mean, my
100
parents
yesterday.
they took
Go
Baylor
to church yesterday.
and my mom texted me, she's on her way, and she's like,
Yeah, we're on our way. I'm like, yeah, have fun.
he literally woke up on the worst side.
Side of bed.
He's just been screaming and crabby all day, but you take him.
Yeah. Enjoy.
He didn't go in the little kid room at day church, but he definitely enjoyed himself because he got a free pancake afterwards. But all that matters.
Oh man, yeah, I would be really lost without my parents helping.
Mm-hmm.
I would be struggling hard. I mean, kudos to anybody who was raising a family without their family nearby, but I definitely would not be doing okay without the help I get from them. Especially, obviously both of our husbands travel too, but even without that, just the normal like day-to-day stuff, having somebody there to help out is priceless.
I know Eric's gone what this week, and
Ryan leaves next week.
so I feel like our schedules are just so
Our budget's off by a week.
Yeah.
Single
Yep.
parent team. We make the best of it.
Yep. And that's why we need the self-care and the travel for just the mom and dads without the kids.
I know.
I'm so way jealous of you guys and your California trip. I wish ours was still happening, but
Yeah.
I love like
changes of the one trip I wanted got canceled compared to all the other ones. Yeah, but
I know. That's awful.
he'll make it up. I feel like.
Well, at least we get to go to the Tiki Hut place for your dinner, the birthday dinner.
oh yeah. I've never been to that place either. I just googled it 2 days ago and I'm like, this is the place. And he's like, yeah,
It's fun. We'll have fun.
yeah. I'm excited
to just
get out and not have kids, so
Me too.
good time. All right.
Well, we will be back again. I want to say maybe next week, maybe the week after. I don't know.
Eventually,
Eventually, we'll get a cadence from here for you guys to keep
following
following us. But
be sure to keep liking
us
on Instagram
and
and on
on YouTube. Our videos will be posted there shortly. And invite your friends to like our channel as well. And if you have any other topics or anything that you'd like us to just touch on, feel free to message us, and we'd love to have a conversation
about that next. So
So
stay
stay tuned, and we will talk to you guys again soon.
Bye, friends.